Are you hoping to play golf this winter, but you have no idea where to start? Here are 5 golf courses on Cape Cod that are worth checking out when the rest of the state might be covered in snow. Welcome to Bay State Golf. I'm Sean Melia. Since 2020, I have played 168 different golf courses in the state of Massachusetts, public, private, 9 holes, 18 holes, on a quest to play every course in the state. If you'd like to follow along with this quest, hit subscribe, like this video, and you can also find me on Instagram at baystate_golf. And I have a weekly newsletter, baystategolf.beehive.com. You can check me out at all those places. Today, let's hop into the 5 golf courses that you can play this winter on Cape Cod. These are golf courses I have played. I only suggest courses I have played. If you have courses on Cape Cod, if you have courses around New England that you love to play in the winter, drop them in the comments. Probably going to make a few of these videos over the course of the next few months. It's early December right now. It's cold out. Courses are starting to close. I'm getting emails. So let's jump in. 5 courses on Cape Cod. The first one I'm going to suggest all the way at the end of the Cape. The very end, the last golf course that you hit in Truro, Massachusetts is Highland Links. I played there in September on a foggy day. Little bit of drizzle, felt a little bit like I was in Scotland, Ireland, England, playing links golf. It's a simple 9-hole golf course, perfect for winter golf. You can go play, walk 9 holes. It's not a super challenging walk. It's got some hills, big swale that runs through the middle of it, some cool holes, some great visuals, especially if you get on like a bright winter day. You can see the ocean. Lighthouse is right there, kind of within eyesight for most of the round. Kind of a cool little backdrop there. Highland Links also has a honor box, so you can just show up, put your money in the honor box, and head out and walk 9 holes. You might meet some interesting people, meet some locals, meet some folks who are out there, living out there at the end of the Cape during the year. Also, I believe, I'm not sure if it runs all winter, but there's a ferry that goes from Boston to Provincetown. You kind of make a little day trip of it and go have lunch in Provincetown, hang out in Provincetown, play 9 holes at Highland Links, and then take the ferry back if you don't want to drive down the Cape in the winter, although it's a little bit of an easier drive this time of year than in the summertime. The second course on this list that you should go check out is another 9-holer, a par 28, a little lovely golf course, a lot of fun to play. Another one that I think sometimes winter golf is really just about getting out, walking around, having a couple clubs with you, not a full bag, and just hitting some shots, staying, a little bit warm, maybe with a warm drink, alcohol or not, whatever you want to put in there. And Cotuit High Ground is a really perfect place for this. A little short course, basically, is what it is. They have 1 par 4, 8 par 3s. Nothing really gets much longer than 160 yards. So you could go out there with just 3 or 4 clubs and go for a little walk at Cotuit. Cotuit High Ground is in Cotuit, Massachusetts, a little village kind of close to Falmouth. Course just was sold to Barnstable Land Trust, another course whose future is a little bit murky right now, could be gone in 5 years' time, but for right now, it is there. They stay open through the winter. Just another really good place to go hit some wedge shots, hit some putts. It's funky golf, tiny greens, sloped kind of severely. You're going to hit some fun shots. You can just kind of put away any sort of expectations. It's wintertime golf. You're outside, you're walking around, you're getting to play any sort of golf as a bonus. And Cotuit High Ground, a fun place to go play any time of year. And this specifically is a good winter spot to go and check out. If you're going to play golf in the winter, you've got to be dressed appropriately. You want to be warm, you want to be comfortable, but you also just want to be able to actually swing a golf club. Galway Bay sent me a few of their pieces to tell you about. I've worn them a few times in this kind of late fall rounds of golf that I've been playing. The Rock Barton jacket is awesome. It's got pockets, full zip, very warm, kind of a good layer. You could throw a vest on over it. And then they have these amazing chinos that you could wear kind of any day you're playing golf, but they're also waterproof, but they don't look like big baggy waterproof pants, which kind of stand out. They stay warm. They keep you warm. They got belt loops. It just feels like a normal pant, but waterproof, nice and warm. Galway Bay, I put some links, affiliate links in the bio. So if you want to go check those out, great gift for somebody in your life who might be interested in playing winter golf as well. And you can go check out those. But Galway Bay has some great stuff. Go check it out because it'll keep you warm in the winter. Maybe you're going down and you're going to play the number 3 golf course on my list in no particular order. I'm going to give one a shout out that in my heart, I don't love telling people to go play here because it's going to be gone most likely in July. I don't want to give money to this family who has kind of just cashed in and gotten out of the golf business. But Cape Cod Country Club, a place I have written about, I have gone to town meetings to watch them slowly vote away this golf course and turn it into a solar field, is worth going and visiting this winter. It's worth going and playing before it disappears forever. A nearly 100-year-old golf course, has some really cool architectural features, volcano hole, really cool greens. It's a pretty easy walk. You could go play 9 holes in pretty short order if that's all you're looking for. Go off the front or the back. But the people who work there are great. The problem is the ownership, and the owners have sold it to Pure Sky Energy. But I would suggest if you want to get down and you want to play it, go do it. I've had gotten DMs from people on Instagram recently who have said that they went down to play it just because they had heard about it from some of my coverage of it and people just kind of trying to protect it and save it, just to go play it maybe for the first and last time in their lives. But it'll be interesting to see what kind of play it gets in the next 6 months as the course slowly winds down and gets ready to be completely turned into a solar field. But Cape Cod Country Club, affordable. It's in Falmouth, Mass. You could go play a little bit there. If you had time, you could go over to Cotuit afterwards, but those 2 courses are pretty close together. Sadly, I am recommending this one because I think everyone should go play it and maybe make one last point to the Friels that they were incredibly greedy in what they did to just get rid of that golf course and not really earnestly try to keep it a golf course and sell it to someone who might be interested in doing that. So we've kind of touched 2 different parts of Cape Cod. Highland Links in Truro is really the end of Cape Cod, and Falmouth and Cotuit are kind of in that like southwestern or southeastern part of the state and southwestern part of Cape Cod. So let's go and talk about Captain's, which is in Brewster. It's a popular place for people who might live in Truro and Provincetown and Wellfleet and Eastham who want to play an 18-hole golf course. Because you've got a few 9-holers kind of in that stretch from Chatham up to Provincetown, Chatham Seaside Links, which I've not played yet. Some people might play there in the winter. And also Chequesset, which is closing in January for 2 years. But Captain's in Brewster captures a lot of golf. It's got 36 holes, kind of your quintessential Cape Cod golf. You're playing through the pines. You've got water features, a lot of dog legs, kind of tight holes. Probably plays a little bit more open without a lot of leaves on some of the trees, but you got those like kind of short Cape Cod pines that just dot the property. I would check this website because sometimes they let carts out, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they might have one course open and the other one might be closed, so they kind of alternate and play around. But worth going out if you want to get out to that part of the Cape. And then getting a little bit closer to Boston and the bridges is Bass River in Yarmouth, another municipal golf course owned by the town. They got Bayberry Links and Bayberry as well, which I don't believe stay open through the winter, at least is from what I have found. But Bass River does. It's got some Donald Ross connections, and it's an easy walk. You playing some golf on the water, which is actually rare on Cape Cod. They've just rerouted the course. I haven't been there in a few years. The 18th used to be a par 3 on the water, and they've kind of tweaked it so that's not the case anymore. But another good, quaint, simple bit of golf you can go and play. A little clubhouse, and you can just get out there on a nice winter day, go for an easy walk, hit some cool shots, putt some cool greens, and enjoy being kind of out on the water. Might make it a little bit chillier than you might want, or just want to check the temperature before you go out and pick up some Galway Bay, maybe to keep yourself warm. But Bass River is the 5th course. I guess you could argue I gave you 6 courses because Captain's has 2. But Those 5 places to go on Cape Cod are a really good way to start your wintertime golf search if you're feeling adventurous. Maybe you live in Boston, maybe you live out in Western Mass and you just have an afternoon or a day to go and play. Days are kind of short right now, but as the winter progresses, you get into January, February, March, the days get a little bit longer. You can make a trip down to the Cape. Traffic's a little bit lighter, so the drive is a little bit easier. But once again, the 5 golf courses will start out at Truro, Highland Links, Cotuit High Ground, Cape Cod Country Club, Captains, and Bass River. Those are the 5 that I think are a good place to start. Where do you like to play your winter golf? This can be in Rhode Island. This could be Connecticut. This could be in Mass. Maybe you're crazy and there's somewhere up in Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont that's open that I don't even know about. I know there's a few that tend to stay open, maybe on the kind of close to the water where they get those little microclimates that it's just a little bit warmer. Obviously, always, always, always call ahead before you go and try to play one of these golf courses because you never know if they're just closed for frost, for cold weather, for maybe a random snow squall that pops through there that does not touch wherever you live. Winter golf can be great. I hope you have fun playing some winter golf this December and January. Go play these courses on Cape. Let me know where you like to play, and we will see you next week on Bay State Golf.